of the dialogue in this season was terrible. And other dialogue is just very cringy. Like, I'm gonna just name two that have stuck with me through the entire show. There's one where Eclipso decides he wants to be racist to Beth, and she finally realizes that he's being racist after, like, the third racist comment he makes, and she responds by saying racist with zero emotion. He basically just, I don't know, I don't know how to make an example. I don't remember exactly what he said, but let's just say he, like, said the N-word, and then she responds by going, racist. Yeah, no shit. It was so stupid. Then there was another very stupid one when we first learn about the Black Diamond, and Pat and his wife are talking about it. She's like, what's the Black Diamond? And he's like, it's a black diamond, and it's very bad. And then there's, like, this intense music going on. Like, okay, no, that was not cool. That was very stupid. They also randomly kill Grundy off during the final battle. And they hyped up Eclipso so much. I hate when shows do this. They just do it so often. They hype the villain up. He whoops their ass, and they just beat him so easily. So easily. And then they did not know what they were doing with Icicle's son. Because he kinda becomes more of a character in this season, because he did, like, nothing last season. But now he's a bit more of a character. Then he just disappears for like 4 episodes. Maybe more. Then he randomly shows up in the final episode. And his grandparents randomly say, well, now that you're done painting a picture of your father, we can tell you that we have powers now. And the truth about your family. Like, okay, that's not forced at all. I will say that I loved the fight between Yolanda and the original Wildcat. It was amazing. Though it kind of just ended out of nowhere. But it was a cool fight. Like, I don't think she even beat him in the fight. They just forgot they were fighting. Then they moved on to a scene with her teaming up with Cindy against Eclipso. I also don't like how they hyped up Grundy and then they immediately killed him. Like, Rick comes up and he's like, hey, I'm gonna kick your ass. And Eclipso's like, with what? You don't have super strength. And he goes, well, I do. And this one lasts longer than an hour. Or something like that. And then Grundy just beats the crap out of him, like the scene with Hulk versus Loki in Avengers 1. But then literally 2 seconds later, Eclipso gets up and shoots a giant hole through his chest and kills him. But, you know, he's Grundy. Obviously, he's going to come back. Or the show is very stupid if they don't bring him back. Mike kinda got some more character development, but it didn't really go anywhere. Same thing with Beth. Kinda got character development, didn't go anywhere. So I'll still say that Rick and Yolanda are the most entertaining characters in the series. Because the other entertaining characters they kill or don't use. Like Sportsmaster, they barely do anything with him, and he's very entertaining. And speaking of Sportsmaster, they knew they didn't know what they were going to do with him. So he shows up during the final battle, And they don't even make a joke out of it. Like, normally they would be like, oh, took you long enough, but Sportsmaster shows up at the very end of the battle, along with his wife and his daughter, Huntress. Well, not Huntress, that's the wrong word. Artemis, who also did nothing this season. They just have too many characters that they do nothing with. And that sucks because I love Artemis, but I do not care for her in this show. And then, what else? She's not even on the cover because of how irrelevant she is. But there's a new character, and she's Green Lantern's daughter. That's her whole personality. She does nothing, literally nothing. I can't name one thing she did. Besides, the fact that she couldn't control her powers. That was the only thing I remember about her. She did nothing. That's why she's not even on the cover. They put the dude that doesn't even know he has powers and does nothing during this season on the cover. Hell, they put the robot on the cover that gets destroyed during the beginning of the season and doesn't show up until the end of the season, just to get destroyed again on the cover instead of her. And they put Cindy on the cover, who died a couple episodes in and was gone for most of the season until 2 episodes before the final. Because that Green Lantern's daughter was irrelevant. She did not need to be added. She did nothing. I know I'm probably being harsh, but I honestly forgot she was in the show. When they went to go help her, when fires were happening, green fires, I should have known what they were talking about, but I didn't, because I forgot she was even a character. I was like, green fires? Who could that be? I was like, oh, it's that random bitch that we last saw like 6 episodes ago that did nothing in that episode besides get judged by Stargirl. Like, I did not care for this season. It was just such a mess. We also get what's his face's son in this, and they just kill him off. Not the gambler, but that one dude with the flute. We get his son in this. Well, actually, I think it's the daughter in this. I don't know, it's very confusing. Like, sometimes it'll be the original, and then the brand new one for the show. Like Starman, Stargirl. And then other times it'll be like, oh, here was this one, and then this is the current one. So, I don't know. But yeah, it was not very good. I preferred season 1. It had a lot of good moments. I don't think I recorded a single moment for this series. And usually I'm able to record moments every now and then for a show because there's memorable moments. There was nothing memorable in this. Rick got to beat the crap out of his stepdad. That went nowhere. And besides the fact that the whole time he was beating the crap out of his abusive stepdad, it was Grundy because of Eclipso's delusions. And then there was also Pat threatening an injured man and probably beating the crap out of him to get him to let Rick out and jail and drop the charges. That scene was hilariously bad. Pat's like, you're a piece of shit, so I'm gonna beat you up. Yeah, that doesn't make you any better. And I seriously don't get why he's like, Rick made a mistake. You should drop the charges. Rick pummeled his face in and every other part of his body against a car and just beat the shit out of him. And you're telling me that it's just a mistake. Yes, it's a bit more complicated with that than that, with the whole Eclipso shit. But it's not a mistake. He beat the shit out of his stepdad. Rick was one of my favorite characters, but after that, you can't really redeem a character after you have that. Like, they gave Eclipso so much hype. He could have been such a serious villain. A villain that we could have taken seriously. But they did nothing with it. Like, come on, man. He was playing around with Yolanda, making her think that Brainwave was still alive. Making Beth feel useless. Made Rick almost kill his stepdad. Was torturing everybody. Killed Grundy. Almost killed Cindy. But the only reason they did that is because, Cindy's healing factor. But still. And him killing Cindy at one point. Him killing the one guy's kid that I talked about earlier that plays the flute or whatever. And he probably would have killed Artemis if she didn't run away. And then also the fact that he sent Courtney to the Shadowlands. And let her be tortured there. He had so much hype. Did nothing. But yeah, I did not care for season 2. If you couldn't tell. And so far, I've only watched maybe 1 or 2 episodes of Batwoman Season 3, and I have not liked it. I really liked Season 1, though it had its moments that were really stupid. And I did like Season 2, because it had its moments too. But it definitely wasn't as good as Season 1. But Season 3 so far has been trash, so I haven't been watching it for a while. So I've probably missed about 3 or 4 episodes. So you can expect a review for that when I finish Season 3. Probably won't be good. Probably be trash in it just like this.